Good day, mates. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating and somewhat comical story from Australian history, the Great Emu War of 1932. That's right, a war against birds. If you enjoy intriguing tales and a bit of humor, you've come to the right place. So, let's get started. In 1932, Australia faced an unexpected enemy. Emus. These large, flightless birds were causing chaos in Western Australia's wheat fields. But what happened next was beyond anyone's imagination. Before we dive into the details, let's set the scene. Emus are native to Australia, and during the early 30s, a large population decided to migrate to the farmlands, leading to crop destruction and massive headaches for the farmers. The emus's relentless attacks on crops had become a pressing issue, and the Australian government decided to take action. The Australian government's solution? Sending a military force to deal with the emus. That's right, they sent soldiers armed with machine guns. In November 1932, Major G.P.W. Meredith led this peculiar military campaign with the goal of culling the emu population. However, there was one tiny problem. Emus are fast, agile birds. And when the soldiers started shooting, the emus scattered and proved tough targets. The soldiers' attempts at control were mostly ineffective. Emus were just too elusive. And to make matters even more interesting, the media caught wind of this war and dubbed it the Great Emu War. The public found humor in the situation, and it became a national sensation. The government's decision to wage war on birds had taken an unexpected turn. As the weeks passed, it became evident that the emus were winning this unconventional battle. So, what happened next? Well, after several attempts, Major Meredith and his men had to admit defeat. The government decided to withdraw its forces in December 1932, and the emu population continued to grow. And that, my friends, is how Australia lost the Great Emu War. The emus emerged as the victors in this unique and somewhat embarrassing episode in Australian history. You might be wondering, why did the government resort to using machine guns to combat the emu problem? Well, back in the 1930s, emus were considered pests, and the government believed that culling them with machine guns was the most efficient way to protect the wheat fields. It was an unconventional, but somewhat logical approach. But here's where it gets even more interesting. As the soldiers opened fire on the emus, the birds didn't just run away. In some instances, they counterattacked. Imagine soldiers armed with machine guns facing off against determinate emus. It was like something out of a comedic war movie. The emus, with their speed and agility, made it incredibly challenging for the soldiers to hit their targets. It was a bizarre sight to behold. Today, historians and experts look back at the Great Emu War with amusement. It serves as a reminder of the unpredictable and humorous side of history. After all, how often do you hear about a government trying to wage war on birds and losing? The legacy of the Emu War is still alive today. It's a story that many Australians embrace with humor and even a sense of national pride. It reminds us that history is full of surprising twists and turns. The Emu War has become a part of Australia's unique cultural identity. Australians are known for their sense of humor, and the Emu War certainly fits right in with that tradition. So there you have it, the Great Emu War of 1932, a tale that will make you laugh and scratch your head in amazement. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Worldwide News. And remember, history can be full of surprises, so stay curious and keep exploring.